All right, y'all. So I joined this challenge to post every day for 30 days. The challenge is being hosted by Buffer, which, if you don't know, it's a platform that allows you to distribute your social media content, whether it's reels or posts, simultaneously to multiple platforms at once. It also has a very powerful scheduling platform, which allows you to schedule your post for the future. So, what we call batch content, where you might create 5 videos in a day and then you'll schedule them out over the course of, let's say, a month if you're doing one post a week. And that just kind of saves you the headache of having to press a bunch of buttons all day long to get your content out there. I personally love Buffer as a platform. It's if you've been following me for a while, every year I come out with my top digital tools list, and Buffer is consistently on that list. Now, I'm saying all that to say is I joined this 30-day challenge. We are on day 11, and let me tell y'all, I am feeling the challenge part of the challenge, okay? I have a lot of superpowers as a digital marketer, including bringing ideas to life. So when a client has an idea, I can take that idea and make it real, which is really awesome and amazing. I'm also really good at getting to the finish line on projects, particularly my client projects. Where I struggle is with creating consistency when it comes to creating and distributing content, particularly when it relates to my own business. And so, social media, even though it's something that I am technically trained on because I went to school for journalism, and then back in the day, that's when social media was really becoming a thing. It was kind of the hot thing, and so we were all kind of learning how to use these platforms. So I understand social media from kind of a personal perspective of using it, but also from a business perspective. But as we all know, just because you kind of cognitively or have studied something doesn't mean that you're going to be really any good at it unless you put it into practice, right? So you take something that you learned, you really have to kind of go out there and implement it and try it out and be consistent with it to really build any mastery. So here I am on day 11, and I'm kind of feeling like when I first started jogging. So, if you're a jogger, you might be able to relate to this. When you first start jogging, I remember I used to say I would never jog. Jogging just wasn't my thing. If I wanted to exercise, I would do it while playing a sport like tennis or volleyball, or kickboxing. And I was adamant, like, I didn't like track, I didn't like to run. And one day I kind of just decided that I was going to give it a go. And so I started jogging. And what I realized is that when I was jogging, there was a specific point, and I can almost remember it in my mind, of when I kind of hit where I'm jogging, it's cool. And then I kind of hit this point where your body starts aching, your lungs are hurting, and you just want to quit and you just want to give up. And I remember that moment when I decided to just keep going and keep pushing through. And I did that. And on the other side of that, my body stopped aching, my lungs stopped burning, and I was able to get to a pace that I could sustain. And it got to the point where I could jog like 5 miles without resting, right? And so I'm feeling like this practice of showing up every single day, particularly for 30 days, right? Because don't they say if you want to form a new habit, you have to, it takes 30 days to form a new habit. So I'm feeling like this first 30 days, I'm hitting that point where I'm like, okay, my lungs are burning, bro. Like, I am tired. I just got off of work. I'm coming home to create this video because I made a commitment to do it. And I'm hoping that on the other side of this is that feeling of like, okay, I got it. This is going to be a lot easier. Not that it'll ever be completely easy, but I'm hoping that it's going to get to the point where it feels like I can exhale and I can just kind of keep up the momentum. So if this is you and you're feeling like, whatever it is, if you're trying to create a new habit, maybe it's a new eating habit. I just started a plant-based diet in May, so a little bit over 6 months ago, still going strong. But it almost kind of, it takes, you have to just choose. You have to decide that you're going to do it and you're going to stick to it and you're going to cross the finish line.